Well, joining us on the phone from Cairo is Australian photojournalist Ed Giles. And Ed, just explain to us what happened there in the square.
Well, it was a massive turnout today down in Tahrir. Certainly the biggest one I've seen since I arrived here a few months ago. And a lot of commentators are saying it's the largest turnout since February. But, I mean, it's very hard to tell what the numbers are once the square's nearly full. It's just a sea of people. So even the call of 50,000 could be well and truly under the number of people that were actually there today.
So, Ed, this has obviously come quite a few months since we saw Hosni Mubarak disappear from power or step down. We was essentially forced from power. What's the general feeling in Egypt at the moment? Do they feel as though that the country is in a state of flux and that nothing much is happening?
Well, it's come at a pretty crucial time. We're now 10 days out from the first round of parliamentary elections here in Egypt, which will, be the first real tangible step towards a new government after the fall of Mubarak. So there's a lot of protesting going on again, a lot of campaigning going on for the parliamentary seats. And so I guess a lot of the people who were sort of sitting back and waiting to see what might happen in that interim period are now starting to get very active and very aware of the politics in this sort of post-Mubarak era, which have been all over the place, very chaotic, and the military have been doing what a lot of people think is a pretty botched job of running the country in this period.
So there is obviously great concern that the military have taken control and will be unwilling to let that go.
Yeah, that's one of the big concerns. About in the last fortnight, there was a release of a draft document on the supra-constitutional principles, which is sort of a set of rules, or I guess terms of reference that the new parliament and new president will be able to deal with in writing the new constitution. And those supra-constitutional principles basically exempted the military from any control by the new government, so including the budget, which is a very controversial thing. So there's been a lot of quite tangible signs in the last few months, particularly this document and the Maspero massacre or the Maspero incident where a lot of people were killed on the street about 6 weeks ago, where people are, I guess, interpreting that as a sign that the military really don't want to let go of power here in Egypt.
Ed Giles in Cairo, thanks very much.
No worries.